Okay, so I probably should have shown you this in the last video, but I'm going to show you now. So you want to go File, Save As, and you have a couple of choices here, okay? Let's see. You've got your desktop you could save to. You've got your Windows, your Data D. I'm going to save mine to Data D. This is where all my stuff is at. I'm going into 1920. I am going into, I'm not going into exactly what I thought I was going into. Oh, not 1920. I'm going into 3D modeling, this class right here, and I'm going to create a new directory, it says. I hope that means a new folder. Yep. And I'm going to just call this one my work and hit enter. And I'll double click on that to open it up. So this shows me exactly where it's located on my computer, and this is where I'll save all my stuff from here on out. And let's see. So let's just make sure I am where I think I'm at. Okay, so I'm in here and I'm under my work. I need to save it. What's the name of it? Okay, I guess I need to give it a name. So I'm going to call it ice cream cone. Oh, no, here's the name down here. Sorry, this has changed. This has changed, okay? Things they all look different to me. Just like everything looks brand new to you. It's the same for me. Okay, so this is the location up here. Sorry. Down here now, they've got us naming it at the bottom. So I'm always gonna put your first and last name, and I'll call this ice cream model. Okay, .blend. Okay, make sure that says .blend. Okay, that's your extension for Blender. All right, and then go ahead and save as. Okay, so now you can see the name of the file is up here, where it's saved and everything. All right, so what we're going to do next is I want to show you how to add color. So over here in your properties editor, you've got all of these great little icons, right? And you can scroll over them. Let's make sure that first of all we have the object selected that we want to color. So I'm going to select my cone, and down here this little round beach ball is the materials. And remember I said materials are colors, so click on that and you'll be looking at that going, that is not intuitive, right? Yeah, I know, this whole thing is just a little, well, this new interface is actually more intuitive than the last one, if you can believe that. Okay, it's a lot more intuitive. So what you're going to do is you're going to add a new material. And when you do that, you'll notice that it shows up here. If I click on that, I can also delete the materials too with this plus and minus right here. So I'm going to add a material, and this is where I'm going to name it here. I know it seems like you'd go up there, but yeah, you're going to name it right here. And I'm going to call this my cone. And that's going to be my cone color, and then I'll hit enter, and you'll notice that the material up here has been named. Now I can use this material again and again if I create more ice cream cones and I want to use the color that I'm creating for that. Okay, so now one thing that's kind of interesting is you've also got these different views, okay? One thing to make sure is that you're in object mode. If you're in edit mode, and edit mode is where you can see all the vertices and all the edges and all the planes. If you have started going in there and playing around and manipulating those, to add your color, go into object mode so that you've got the full object selected. All right, and here is base color. So when you click on that, you'll notice that you get this really nifty thing, and I want to go back because you're actually going to be set your viewport shading. Your viewport, the way it looks, is set here on solid, but there's other viewports. This one right here is wireframe, so I can actually see all of the different wires. This is all the geometry that's in there, okay? All those little faces and edges, that's the geometry. Okay, but normally you're here on this little default solid view. If you go over to this one right here, you'll notice it says material preview. Ding. Now when I'm on material preview, the beautiful thing about it is that when I come over here to this base color and I start moving this around, I can actually see the changes on my cone, okay? So let me go ahead. I'm just going to pick a little color for my cone. I'll pick that one. You'll notice that if I switch back over to the solid view, I can't see that, okay? Now, there is a preview button. If you expand the preview, you can see what it looks like, but you know, I mean, I think that's great, but I want to see what it looks like on my cone. So, and there's different ways that you can look at that. You can look at it if it's more of a cube shape, or yeah, there's all these different, ooh, ha, oh, yeah, sweet. So yeah, you've got different preview modes, okay? But this is going to be more along the lines of how it would look if it were a sphere, even though a cone's not a sphere. It's kind of similar. But I'm going to come over here to my material preview because I want to see it over here, okay? All right, so there we go. I got my, my material number 1. So now, gosh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And if I click on this little drop down, it says browse material to be linked. I'm going to link that because that's part of my cone. I am going to link that. I'm just going to click on my cone material that I just created. Ha ha ha. There, I used it. Okay, and now I'm going to click on my first ice cream scoop, and I'm going to add a new material because I'm not going to use the same, and I could use anything that's in there, but I don't want to use those. So I'm going to add a new one, and I'm going to double click right here. Remember, not up there. And I'm going to call this scoop 1. Okay, and hit enter. And let's make sure that you're in your material view, right? Your material preview mode up here. And I'm going to, let's make it like mint chocolate chip. What do you say? Okay, let's make it kind of minty. Woohoo, there we go. There's my mint color, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add another scoop, and what color should that be? I'm gonna click new and add a new material, and that one is going to be strawberry, scoop 2 strawberry. Okay, I'm gonna hit enter and head down here to base color, and now I can change that to pretty strawberry color. Excellent. And then of course I want to add my cherry on top, so I'm going to add a new material, just call that cherry red. Hit enter and scroll down here and pick a nice bright red color, and there is the cherry on top. Okay, now I'm going to click save because always want to be saving your changes. Now I should be able to hold down shift and scroll my mouse button, and it should scroll up and down, but I'm gathering that since I'm making a video at the same time, that's not working for me. I should also be able to either hold down, and I can't remember if it's Control or Alt and scroll, and it would go from left to right, but right now all my scroll button can do is zoom in and out. There is a hotkey, so if I do Control and the number pad 8, that will help me go up, or 2 down. So I'm holding down Control and I'm manually able to make my view go up and down. So that's really helpful. I could also do Control 4 to pan. This is called panning. I'm panning left and right, right? And remember, I can also pan around in a circle if I use my 8 and my 2 that way. And so yeah, okay. Now what if I want to just get back to front view? To remember what number to hit? 1. So I'm gonna hit 1. There we go. Okay, so there's my lovely delicious ice cream cone. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see, I want to take a screenshot of my ice cream cone. It's so cute. I'm gonna hit copy, and I'm gonna head over to my slides where I was before, and I'm gonna find my work. And now that I've got it in color, I'm going to go ahead and right click and paste it. Whoops, I have to hit Control V on the Google Slides. So go ahead and you're going to go in now and add some color. And actually, you know what? Really fun thing to do would be to go into, if you've already done your week 2 assignment where you created a character and a scene. And when I say a scene, I mean I mean a scene. So let's see. I've got a background. I've got a floor. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness. This student needs to jump on right now and show us how they did that. Are you here, Spencer? Okay, we've got some rocks in the ground. I'm not sure what that is. Spencer will have to tell us what that is. I know that this is a knight in training, so that must be the sword in the stone back there. So we might want to rotate that around so that we can see the handles of the sword a little bit better. That view is not quite showing them. And so here we have some props, right? But we don't have a ground and we don't have a background. But you guys are going to learn how to do that. But when I say a scene, yeah, I'm talking about actually adding some scenery. That's what a scene is. Look at this scene. This scene is pretty fun. It's got this great platform that this little character is jumping off. This is fantastic. Good job. Look at that scene. This person's already learning how to use color, created several characters. Someone's getting married. There's a pulpit. There's little booth that people are sitting in at this little church. There's walls. So when I say create a scene with at least one character, this is what I mean. Remember, the goal is to spend 4 to 5 hours per week. So if you turn something in and it's very, 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 very simple, I'm going to know that you only spent about an hour. And so you're not going to be able to get that full 40 points. So if I'm making an assignment with 40 points, you know, it's going to be, you know, good 4 hours worth of work. This right here definitely looks like that student spent a lot of time. So for this week, you are going to continue modeling and you are going to be adding color this time.